day traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 1491st edition of Short-Term Trading live with O.Carboni. Good evening, traders. A lot on the board, a lot to discuss. Let me get through the disclaimers first. This video coming to you on a Monday night for Trading Tuesday, that is July 12th, 2016. Before we get into what's on the board, you must know that futures trading is extremely risky. It really is. Causes substantial financial loss if you do not know what you're doing. You've got to have risk capital to play with. You've got to know to put your stops in, put them in first, and that a stop is your best friend in this industry. If you've got that down, let's move forward. So, the Omni yesterday called for some upside. We did get upside. It called for some downside in the euro. That started to go down a little bit. It called for some downside in the wheat, and that also worked out. So far, so good on the calls. Let's move forward and see what's on the board. Once again, for trading on the 12th, we've got a green Omni on the board, but it has an if. An if. A big if on the board. See it? If. There's an if on the board. If we are not going to leave a double top, and I'll show you the chart. The two hurdles that I left in last night's video, do you remember that? I told you in last night's video we had two hurdles left before we could just go gangbusters bullish. One, we need to peg a new high. Check, done, we pegged a new high. Wonderful, we wiped that off. The only other hurdle was we had to get above what could be a double top, a possible double top in the emini S&P and in the Dow. Now, we know one thing about double tops, especially on a weekly chart. When you see a double top, you sell a double top, right? So we know that that's a rule. We also know that there's no other chart with a double top at all out there, except for the except for the S&P and the Dow. NASDAQ, no double top. Russell, no double top. Any of the usual suspects at all out there, no double top, except for the look in the Dow and the S&P on the daily charts. Weekly charts as well, really. More on the weeklies. The dailies don't actually look like doubles. So, if we can get past that double top, we've got this thing nailed down. That would be the final hurdle. We are bullish as long as we don't double top. We're certainly bullish just like we were for Monday. S&P, NASDAQ, Russell will all be bullish if we do not double top. And I'll go on record stating I doubt we're going with double top here. We're not going to do anything until we find out if it's a double top, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I will show you the chart. So, the two hurdles left, we're getting above the double top. We haven't done that yet, but we're there. We're right at it. There is a double top. The new high, check it off the list. Traders, if there is no double top pegged, markets like silver will start to feel it. I know silver's been gangbusters bullish. It's been rallying like crazy. We've been bullish. But I kid you not, if the stock market gets past this double top and the dollar continues to rally, maybe gold can continue up, but silver is likely going to feel it. I'm not telling you to sell silver. There's a big if on the board. These are things we're going to keep our eyes on, okay? At the same time, if there's no double top, silver will start to feel it. Stocks will take off. And I've got some interesting stocks for you. Stocks of interest. Traders, I've mentioned that this year I would get more into stocks, and I'm going to start getting much more into stocks. I've been studying them for years and years, and all this year preparing to start putting them out for you in my Omni videos. I've been waiting to get past the head and shoulders formation, in all honesty, to start throwing the stocks out there for you. So yesterday I gave you a stock called Play, P-L-A-Y, Dave & Buster's. I showed you a bull flag, and boy, did that break out. Another stock that I have for you today is EA, Electronic Arts. Fantastic look. And then a total round of applause for this one. Stock of the year. Stock of the year. Wait till I show it to you. It is AWK, American Waterworks. Wait until you see it. It's insanity. I'll show you that chart too. So we've got some stocks that we like, and I'll show you charts on that. We will take a look at the hurdles. We're just about done. We're done with the new high. We got the double top. I'll show you the silver chart and why stocks should take off if, in fact, there is no double top. And I'll go on record to say I doubt that will happen. We will play it one day at a time. Traders, if you like the analysis you're about to see in this segment, come down to livewithoscar.com. Jump into my free chat room. Don't be afraid. It's a free trading room, and I'm there at the helm to help you understand the markets, understand the charts, understand the stuff that builds up on this board every day. If you would like to really spend some time with me, I've got an Omni Camp. I'm looking at the board, but I see I've erased it. Omni Camp is September 9th through the 12th. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It appears there are only 3 seats left open. I only allow 6 of you total to come out here. I do not allow a lot of traders to come out here. I do not want to teach this craft to too many of you. I never want to see it watered down. So I'm telling you that there are only 3 open seats at my Omni Camp. It is a 4-day training session held live here in Las Vegas, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I will teach you the art of Oscar's Market Navigational Indicator, the Omni. I will teach you to come up with these Omni trades for yourselves. When you leave my presence, you will know how to call the Omni for yourself. If that sounds appetizing, if you want to come out to Vegas, September 9th through 12th, come to livewithoscar.com, fill out an Omni Camp application, and I will personally call you. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts.
I drove 29 hours from Wisconsin to come down here, drove it straight through. And on the way down, I was expecting to perhaps be tired somewhere along the way because it's a long drive. And I was up essentially for probably a day and a half, but my mind was just racing all the way down. I had so many things that I wanted to learn. I had so many questions that I wanted to ask. I was so excited about being able to come down here and meet him in person because he's just a force of nature when you see him on these videos. He's every bit as fun and informative and genuine as you might suspect, and just the whole way down I was completely engaged in wanting to be here.
I've been watching him for the last 8 months, and of course I was skeptical when I saw his flashes and all that, and then I started watching and seeing what he was doing and seeing what he was doing, and I was quite impressed by what he was putting out there, so I had to come and see it.
I came here because I saw Oscar on the internet, of course, joined the chat room, was impressed with his apparent track record, and so I bought the course to learn how to do it myself.
I was learning along the way as in the chat room, things would pop up, and I definitely recognized within a month or two that it was very, very powerful what was going on. It was very, very, there was a lot of possibility. I saw the possibility. But yet I understood within a relatively short period of time that it was very, very difficult for me to do without having the extra additional knowledge about what Oscar does. So that's why I made the decision and was very, very fortunate to be able to come out to this first Omni Camp 2.0, and I'm very, very glad that I did.
I had big expectations regarding his system, and this whole experience just blew my mind. I mean, it over-delivered expectations, for sure.
Why create mediocrity when you can imitate genius? And to me, Oscar is a genius in this business because he's studied it more, he's tested it more, he's tested it with his own money and continues to do that. What better validation could you have?
Traders, just a word of caution. Again, I don't think it'll last because no other chart looks this way except for the S&P and the Dow, but you've got to have caution here. This could be a double top. We know there's a rule. When you see a double top, you sell a double top. I am going to be very cautious until we can pop above that. That's your S&P. That is the final hurdle. We get past that, we are off to the races. Dow Jones Industrial Average, same thing. You see what I'm saying? You got to get past that, and then that's it. No more bearish talk. We can do not fall in love with the upside off the board. We can go gangbusters crazy, but you've got to take out the double top first, last hurdle. Let's move along. S&P, when we go back to the weekly, we are above the head test. This line right here, this would have been the previous high. This line will represent that previous high. We are at it right now. Not above yet, but we are at it, right? We'll see where we go. But above the head test area, well above the shoulder now, looking fantastic. I hope we continue higher. Here's what I'm talking about. If, in fact, that is not a double top in the emini S&P and the Dow, I don't think that this silver continues up much further. Right now, it's in a great channel, and this is probably some weird bull flag right here. I think it looks great. I don't think it can maintain this bullish rally if the stock market breaks past the double top, which I'm not calling a double top, but the possible double top. And if the dollar continues to rally, the silver I don't think can maintain this type of rally. So listen, keep your eyes on it. The last thing I'm going to tell you to do is run out and sell silver right now. It's been running up. But opposed to gold, I think silver would feel it on the chin a whole lot faster if we continue to rally in the stock market. Keep an eye on silver. Again, I'm not telling you to sell it. I'm telling you to keep an eye on it. And then, dollar index. Bull flag breakout, bouncing off the 200 ball moving average as I speak. Maybe it'll break down, maybe it won't, but you do have a bull flag, and that is supposed to produce an up move. Bull flag in your dollar index. Let's go to the opposite side. Look at that bear flag in your euro currency. Bear flag, well defined, below the 200 ball moving average. The bear flag used to be here. I even gave it some breathing room. I let it expand itself out to here, and still we are down below it and below the 200 ball moving average, and the Omni is bearish. That looks like it's as bearish as the dollar flag looks bullish. We'll take it one day at a time, but nice look there. Then that brings us to the stock segment, and boy, oh boy, is this a nice one. Traders, this is what it looked like. Well, actually, this is what happened after I showed you this chart. So in last night's video, I showed you this chart, and this piece wasn't there. And then, boom, this is what happened. I mean, wow, is that not fantastic? So far, so good. Let's go look at it, what it looked like yesterday, and look at what it looked like as of today. Is that not great? Rock and roll. That's one. Play, David Buster's. I've got more for you now. Let's get into the stocks, kids. EA, Electronic Arts. Another, I would call bull flag right here. This was previous highs. You broke out above previous highs. Very nice. Let's look at the exact same chart and call this a flag. Boom. Doesn't that look just like a flag? So here's your flag pole. Here's your flag. Here's your breakout above the previous highs. That's where we sit right now. EA, have a look at that, kids. It looks like a smart chart. And then there's this. American Waterworks. Stock of the year, baby. Look at this chart. It's incredible. It has been going up no matter what goes on in the world. This stock just continues to rally. Little pullbacks, major rallies. Now we get above this monstrous channel. Whoop, we get above it. And if you ask me, in the fashion of a nice bull flag, connecting right there. Wonderful looking chart. Stock of the year. American Waterworks, AWK, that's my gift to you. Take a look at it, traders. Meet me at livewithoscar.com. So, traders, you've seen the charts. There's my technical argument for a lot of stuff up here. And the two hurdles, remember? Ooh, the pointer. The two hurdles. One, a new high had to be pegged. Check mark. Getting above that double top I just showed you, I can't wait to see that happen. Let's pray that that's exactly what happens on Tuesday. Stocks of interest, I mean, AWK, did that chart not look fantastic to you? American Waterworks? And Play, Dave & Buster's did really well. Electronic Arts is on our radar, but remember, this is an if video, and I do not hedge, traders. I put my neck out on the line in these videos, and I told you I do not think that's going to be a double top, but I'm wise enough to watch and make sure before reacting. If there is no double top, then stocks will take off, individual ones especially, and silver, if you ask me, will start to take it on the chin. Silver is a byproduct of mining for copper. Copper has not rallied. I don't think silver can continue without the copper. Let's see what happens. I'm not calling the top in silver. I am telling you that first this needs to take place, and then we'll talk about silver. All right, traders, that's about it. Come join me at livewithoscar.com. Come join me live in Las Vegas for my September 9th through 12th Omni Camp, and I will see you there. Remember, keep your emotions out of trading. And you Omni Campers, there's only 6 or 8 weeks left. You better start filling out your apps if you want to get out here. One of the best things that you can do to keep those emotions at bay is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in. and look at SWK. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.